Welcome back to episode 2 of the Hardcore series. Last episode, we built this cozy storage room and this epic castle, and today we're going to be adding some finishing touches to that castle while prepping the land for farming areas and building a windmill. But before that, I want to talk about what blocks we're going to be using and where I want to build, and finally, we also need to gather some resources, so let's get started. Okay, so we're around the back of the castle right now, and as you can see, it's a little bit bare along this shoreline. So what I've done is laid out a nice little palette here. Got some deep slate, some leaves, tough cobblestone, andesite, and light grey wool. I want to incorporate the deep slate into the bottom of the shoreline here and then move upwards with the other blocks. And the goal here is to make everything look more natural rather than artificial and just sticking out. I think we can make something really pretty of it. But yeah, we'll start with the deep slate and we'll see how it goes. But before that, I needed to grab some resources, and I want to take this time to thank everybody who engaged with the first episode. I got a lot of amazing feedback, and it's a really nice feeling knowing that you all enjoyed it as much as I did. But anyway, back to the video. So what I think I'm going to do is take the bottom layers off and replace all of the stone with the deep slate to begin. And we're just going to run it along the bottom, just like this. Okay, that's a good start. I think we'll just bring it up a few more layers now. That is looking much better already. I think it's time to start adding some stairs into it now. I think I've realised there's too much cobbled deep slate in here, so I'll grab some normal and start mixing that in. Okay, while I was grabbing the deep slate, I also had an idea to get some smooth basalt. Okay, I don't know about you, but that is definitely a game changer for me. We'll start adding some of the normal deep slate in as well. Okay, I think that's looking good. I think the next block we should add in there is some tuff. Alright, I think that is looking pretty sick so far. But we are missing one important ingredient, and that would be the most OP block in Minecraft, the leaf. I would like it in the end if we could have vines running up the tower, so I don't want to go too overboard with the leaves at the bottom, but I will put a few in just so we can get an idea of what it would look like. And also, the more I look at this, the more I think it needs some cobblestone. There we go, nice little bit of detail. Okay, let's get a few of these leaves in. So this is looking really cool. Now seems like a good time to get some cobblestone and andesite in the walls.
Hello, Ryan.
Hi, Blockdown.
I called you here today because I want to talk about the lack of buildings that we've got going on this island.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. It's looking a little bit bare.
I don't know why, but I got this dropper and button. I'm just going to place it down. I don't know why.
Okay, well, I also don't know why, but I've got these appropriately named cobblestone blocks I'm going to put in here too. I've got a fisherman's hut, a map room, a library, a blacksmith, a windmill, and a sawmill. What a coincidence.
Weird.
So how about we both take turns pressing the button, and whatever name pops out is what we've got to build on the island.
All right, that sounds like a good plan.
Would you like to do the honors?
Sure, why not? Fisherman's hut.
Oh,
okay.
Fisherman's hut. Okay, good stuff.
All right then, your turn.
Okay, here we go. Ooh, I got the windmill.
Map room. Okay.
Ooh, blacksmith.
Oh, nice. Sawmill for me. Okay.
Very fancy. I like it. Now, if I can count to 6 properly, I think that means there's only one left, which is the library. Okay.
Right then, I guess we've got a lot to be cracking on with now.
Yeah, I'm super happy with that. I'm very excited to build these things.
Yeah, me too. Well, with that done, see you later.
Bye. This is looking much more natural than earlier. Now that we've got a template, I'm going to go around the rest of the castle and finish it off. Okay, now that the back's done, I think it's about time we start working on this hill out front. Maybe just get rid of it altogether and make a nice entrance to the castle. Let's see what we can do. So I started out by clearing the dirt and the stone from the hill. I did leave a few layers at the bottom, however, so it wasn't completely flat. Then I got to work on the entrance. I tried to slope it more so I could create an incline out of slabs. I usually prefer that over a steep staircase. And once that started to take shape, I began carving into the underside of the hill to create a more natural overhang. Nothing too special or complicated, of course. Just something to give a little bit of character to an otherwise boring bit of terrain. There we go. That's looking much better already. Now, it's still not done. We're going to have to come back to it later on, but I think it's a good start. Now that we've made some progress here, I'm really thinking of putting the windmill that I need to build over here, then maybe surrounding it by wheat fields. Yeah, I think that'll be cool. Let's get started on that. Okay, we've got a general shape for the farmland now, which I'd say is looking quite nice actually. But I want to come around the back here and start building up some basic stone walls to contain the area. Alright, now that's done, I can start adding in a wall for the farmland itself around the edge. And since we're going for more of a rustic approach, I'm going to start mixing some cobblestone in there and maybe some andesite afterwards. I decided on some grey wool instead. I just figured that this would match the materials we used for the castle and tie the two builds together. Okay, this is more or less done. I just wanted to go around the top of the wall and just finish it off with some stone brick slabs. I'm really liking the look of this. I think this is going to be great. So what I'm going to do is place a floor plan in the middle for a nice windmill, and then we can surround the windmill in different crops. Okay, so I've got a nice little floor plan now, and I would say this fits nicely in the area, so I think it's time to get this thing constructed. I decided to begin with this little stone structure on the side, so I'm going to build this up by 5 blocks and use some stone variants while I'm doing it, and add a little simple roof like this. Okay, and I think I'm going to build this about 11 blocks high. Okay, how does that look? Ooh, I like it. Right, now I'm going to build this middle section up by 7 blocks. Alright, not looking too shabby. But I want to start getting the main windmill part in now, so I'm going to grab some logs. Yeah, that's a good size. Let's get some deep slate in to decorate it. Now, originally I was going to go with windows or iron bars, but I quite like the look of spruce fences. And for the roof, I'm just going to stick with the spruce theme that we've got going on. I think it looks really nice. I figured I'd build a tall tower on this one, just so it matches the castle. And like I said, sticking with the spruce theme, we are going to decorate it with little bits of deep slate as well, just for some contrast. And similar to what we have going on with the castle, I'm going to add some spruce trapdoors and spruce slabs for a nice effect on the roof. For the blades of the windmill, I used a fairly common design. It just involves some grindstones in the center, with planks coming off in 4 different directions, as well as some wool at the back. I do also like to add fences across the top and bottom of the blades, just for a little bit of extra detail. After that, it was time to move on to the tower. I decided to go with a roof that was very similar to the windmill. However, it uses deep slate instead of spruce. As you can probably tell, I'm a big fan of this style of roof. It's just so simple to build and adds a lot of height to your towers. Then it was time to start decorating the body. Nothing too complicated going on here. I just used some dirt variants, a bit of jungle wood and some polished granite, then popped some windows in at the top. Okay, now that the tower's finished, I would say that's all of the complicated stuff sorted. So with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and finish the build, and I hope that you enjoy the rest of the time lapse. Wait! Cue the epic music. I absolutely love this windmill, and I think it's a beautiful addition to the area. The next episode's going to be huge as myself and Blockdown take on an entire village project. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you soon.